What's going on, y'all? BigBossFabo. We are back with a video, man. We're doing a reaction to Secrets Exposed. Trump shooter online accounts reveal bizarre link to Kirk's alleged assassination or assassin. I don't know if they're reaching with this one, man, but we're going to check it out. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know y'all's thoughts in the comment section below.
The would-be Trump assassin Thomas Crooks raising serious questions about whether federal agencies missed red flags before last year's shooting in Butler, Pennsylvania. The New York Post's Miranda Devine reporting that a source reviewed 17 social media accounts tied to Crooks, revealing an extensive online footprint the feds have not openly discussed. Crooks allegedly used they, them pronouns on the platform, posted years of violent rhetoric, and flipped from pro-Trump to openly anti-Trump in the months leading up to the attack. One former FBI agent telling Devine if they have investigated that kid, there's a record of it, and there's an assessment that some leader made that was not a threat, or it rose to a level and they did something else. New York Post columnist Miranda Devine joins us now. Miranda, welcome to you. Seems that you've got some pretty big findings here. What have your sources revealed to you?
Thanks, Sandra. Well, they've told us that there was actually a very large digital footprint left behind by 20-year-old Thomas Crooks, who was Donald Trump's would-be assassin last year in Butler, Pennsylvania. It's quite a different story to the one that Christopher Wray and his deputy Paula Bate told Congress just in a couple of weeks after that assassination attempt. And we were sort of led to believe that Thomas Crooks was really a ghost, that there was no motive that could be ascertained from his online accounts. And yet a source has provided us with a lot of information from 17 different online accounts that Thomas Crooks had, and they range from, Google Play to that site you referenced before called DeviantArt, which is probably the biggest or one of the biggest hubs online for this sexual fetish called furries, where people dress up or fantasize about animal characters, cartoon characters that are sort of humanized. And so it's very bizarre, but we also saw that with Charlie Kirk's killer, alleged killer Tyler Robinson, who was also involved in this bizarre furry culture. So there's not a lot that my source discovered on those lines, but there was a little bit. The fact.
So they was involved in bestiality? Is that what they saying? So they connecting the dots through these weird apps that, or I don't know, pornographic sites or fetish sites that they frequented. I knew it was going to be a leap. Leaps and bounds, ladies and gentlemen.
That this guy, Thomas Crooks, was interested in this furry site, spent a lot of time there, had various images that he liked and reposted, and also gave his pronouns as they, them. But I think the more important part is what the comments, his online comments from, he was very young, 15, 16, 17, show us about how he became increasingly violent and sort of radicalized against Democrats. He was pro-Trump. And then in January of 2020, he flipped 180 degrees. Something happened to make him become rabidly anti-Trump. And again, his rhetoric took more and more of a violent turn. He started brushing up against, there was a neo-Nazi by the name, fake name probably, William Tepes, who started encouraging Crooks in more and more violent rhetoric.
So it looked like some of these folks are being groomed. Maybe it's this app or this site that they're visiting or frequenting towards a community to where people are passing certain type of radical ideologies. But the fact that he did a whole turn, right? I don't know. It just begs one to kind of think like what prompted the whole 180-degree shift to going from the left to the right to the right to the left. Who knows what it was. But a lot of these guys are disturbed. Anyone who's willing to, plan or plot an assassination attempt, you naturally know is disturbed in some light.
And then suddenly something happened in August of 2020, and he just disappeared online. Very unusual. And then, of course, in July of 2024,
that boy went incognito.
He fired off 8 shots from a rooftop at Donald Trump at that rally in Butler, killing Corey Comparatore, who was sitting behind Donald Trump, and badly injuring two other rally goers and hitting Donald Trump in the ear. Only, by a miracle did Donald Trump not get killed that day.
Wow, and he certainly is unsatisfied with the answers
Crazy
President
work.
Trump is that he has been given about the circumstances that led up to that moment, that day. Here is the former FBI Deputy Director Paula Bay on Crook's social media. This was July 2024. Listen here.
There were over 700 comments posted from this account. Some of these comments, if ultimately attributable to the shooter, appear to reflect anti-Semitic and anti-immigration themes, to espouse political violence, and are described as extreme in nature.
So in your revelations, you say thanks to this enterprising source who uncovered Crook's hidden digital footprint, that we can see that he was misleading Congress by omission because he left out an entire section of Crook's online interactions from January to August of 2020, when he did that ideological backflip that you just described and went from rabidly pro-Trump to rabidly anti-Trump and then went dark, never seeming to post again. I mean, I look at the vastness of his online presence: YouTube, Snapchat, Venmo, Zelle, GroupMe, Discord, Google Play, Quizlet, Chess.com, Quora. I mean, he was everywhere. So what are your sources revealing about what the former FBI director was sharing publicly to Congress in that moment?
Well, it really is inexplicable now that we see that evolution of Thomas Crooks from being pro-Trump to anti-Trump. It's inexplicable that Paula Bate would give only that first part of the trajectory for the would-be Trump assassin. It just led Congress and led the public to think something different about Thomas Crooks than was the reality. I don't understand why Paula.
But he was trying to plot. He thought he was smart, trying to, scope out the playing field, flying his drone over the proximity of the area, trying to get a radius set up. I still don't understand how he was able to get on top of one of the buildings that they had shown early on, right? It just doesn't make sense to me on how he's hidden up here. And, naturally a part of scoping out the area would be assessing every rooftop, assessing every, crevice and crook to where a possibility could arise in terms of any harm being done to the president.
Something different about Thomas Crooks than was the reality. I don't understand why Paula Bate would do that. And I think it would be good if Congress could bring him back and ask him why. I think the president and people close to him are understandably frustrated or unsatisfied. And I think the public is unsatisfied with the answers that we've been getting from the FBI, including in the, Donald Trump FBI. We would expect it under Joe Biden, I guess, but there's no reason now why Senator Ron Johnson has had to subpoena the current FBI under Director Kash Patel for more information about Thomas Crooks, about the autopsy, about other forensic evidence and documents. And none of that's been forthcoming. And we see now from the exposure from our source of this online presence that there is a lot of other information that the FBI either chose not to look at or is somehow keeping it under wraps.
Wow. That is a lot. We know you'll continue to report on it, and certainly the American.
What a surprise. The FBI or the government is hiding information from the public. Oh my God, this has never happened before. Like, come on, man. This is the world we live in. Everything is a conspiracy. Let's keep it a bean. So comment down below, man. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this. I think that is a bit of a stretch, right? The only similarities that they're really emphasizing is the fact that Kirk's killer and, Donald Trump's attempted assassinator were on a similar perverted kind of site, to where it was a fetish site. That's the only tie that they really have here. And the bottom line is that folks who tend to do these things are mentally disturbed or they're into weird things. That should just be a general understanding or consensus. So comment down below. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.